Tonight we're live at the Vancouver Park Board. Now you might remember a couple of years ago a report went before the board suggesting an overhaul of aquatic facilities among other facilities in Vancouver. Now at the time that report got a lot of attention because it suggested the closure of a number of neighborhood pools in favor of larger destination pools. Now that report has since received a bit of an overhaul. It's gone back for a bit of a tweak, but it's still getting some attention from folks like Barry Morris here. Barry, one of the things that report is suggesting is a 5-year wait and see. Build the big pools and then wait and see how that affects communities. How do you feel about that update there?
Well, I feel worried because I think it's maybe just buying some time on the one hand, but maybe giving an impression that 5 years will somehow or other be long enough to work it all out. What a lot of us wanted, myself especially, I swim at 2 neighborhood pools, especially Templeton Pool in the East End. I've also swam at the West End Pool at Bing. I also appreciate Kerrisdale Pool. That's where I grew up years ago. Neighborhood pools have a value that's just, I would say, intrinsic to the life and community of neighborhoods because they're accessible. It involves, many of them are multicultural or intercultural. Chance to get to know people across cultures, which is not easy. And so what was lacking in the advisory committee recommendations is a simple, clear affirmation of the need for neighborhood pools permanently.
And some of these pools are very well geared to, say, seniors, and some are geared to families with kids. Sometimes those folks have a little bit of trouble when they bump into each other in large crowds, don't they?
Right, and well, that's you can't avoid that. But I mean, even at Templeton Pool where I swam this morning, there was a combination of length swimmers, myself included. There was an aquafit class, mostly seniors, with a 3-year-old up front with the instructor also mimicking, and it was just wonderful because everybody was kind of lightened up and leavened. There was also some lessons being taught at the same. All those 3 things were going on at the same time in the same pool. This was say between 10:30 and 12:30 this morning. And then in the changing room, I interact, not always, but this morning I interacted with a person who had come over from Vietnam when he was 21. He had polio. He's suffering from post-polio syndrome, but he still swims often. And I know some First Nations people that swim there, or they'll use the saunas as a cultural activity because, in a sense, it's kind of like their sweat lodge in the city.
Oh, Barry, I'm going to let you get back into the meeting. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thanks, David.
I know we did have a chance to speak with the commissioner of the park board earlier. Now, she was fairly insistent that both the big pools and the small pools can coexist in Vancouver.
If a community pool closes, that means that people probably can't get to a pool. Because to ask people then to get in a car and drive someplace to go to the pool, that's totally different. So I believe there's 2 totally different ways of looking at this. We need community pools, and it would be lovely to have also a destination pool.
Now, one important detail, this report is just being received by the park board tonight. It is not being voted on. That will take place down the road. In Vancouver, David Zura, City News.